Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Serious Strategy Game and we are returning to Let's Play of War in the West, where we are trying to push the Germans out of Italy. At least we are making good progress and we are encircling quite a number of troops. So we've done sort of some small encirclements over here, one division I think down there, one tank division up here, and then we try to break through in this area here around, well, I don't actually know the Turissimiano River or lake, and we did come through here and we had a couple of forces here that were encircling these troops, these German troops here, and these German troops down here. Now, the Germans did make some counterattacks. They were all in all pretty unsuccessful, as you can see, losing a couple of guys in the process on their side, losing some troops on our side, but honestly it's not been that extremely bad. So I think this is mostly fine. We've also had an attack here on this flank. We did lose a couple of troops here, but all in all it seems to be holding out pretty fine. And yeah, that does indeed settle it for the German turn. So we are still in control over here. We are still in control over there. So that's nice to see. And I think very good indeed. So let's talk about what we do have in mind for this turn in terms of our ground phase. And then I'm going to talk about how the air phase is going to blend into that. So up over here, you can see that we've basically got our encirclements. I think for the most part this turn will be spent by basically bobbing these guys and basically getting rid of these troops and then establishing a new front line up over here, but it's not going to be a huge push into these mountains. You can see there's a lot of snowfall, there's snow on the ground. This is just not the area that I want to fight in right now, and these troops, while they are weak, I don't want to push them too strong. Let's keep them where they are, and I think that's going to be fine. So in the center over here, it's mostly mopping up operations. On the right flank, I do, if at all possible, want to get the port of Anacona over here. If we can get these guys out of there, that would be fantastic. That would allow us to build up a new rail line all the way over here and build a new supply depot. Should lead to better supply for all of these guys and basically also free up a couple of our units here. And we still have at least one division, two divisions probably, that are here to basically guard all of our units here. So yeah, we just, I think, need to get rid of this before we can advance further onto Rimini or into these mountains with anyone here. So yeah, basically just mop up over here as well. We have isolated these hexes by keeping the, by mining these waters basically. So the harbour itself is not usable, but it's still a big source of their supply. I think there's around 29,000 supplies over here that the Germans are using. So I would like to get rid of that. Right. And then we've got this flank over here. Now the Germans have reinforced this position somewhat, but it's not very strong. We've got parts of an infantry division over here. We've got a new unit that I haven't seen before. That's the Lehr Motorized Brigade. I think it's an elite unit, but you can actually see it's using Italian L4DA47, so not the best unit, but they do have a couple of anti-tank guns, so they're probably not going to be that easy to overwhelm. But on the other hand, we do have a couple of troops here that might at least be able to do that. And then, yeah, let's go on. Further parts of the Reserve Infantry Division. Is it the same one? Yeah. So that's basically a full division down here. Then we've got a little bit of Mountain Division stuff up here, more infantry, Panzer Grenadiers, and it's a little bit mixed up over here, including the Turkomen Infantry Division, which we've fought a couple of times now. So, ooh, and also another motorized brigade that I have never ever seen. The 1027's Motorized Brigade. Let's see. These guys are a little bit short of supplies. It might be tempting to strike over here. That would also make it more difficult for all of these guys here to source supply. Because basically probably, well, the next supply depot is Arezzo itself. But other than that, they couldn't really source anything. So, yeah, that's tempting. But up over here, this area is just not an area where we can advance easily. There's just too many mountains. It's too much snowfall. So my idea here is we could do either one of two things. So we could try to strike to the north and drive our units onto Bologna. That, I think, is going to be a very, very crucial affair because we need to get through these mountains here before they have a chance to dig in. If we don't do a lightning strike here, we will need to fight through the mountains, through these hills, with very little possibility to flank anyone, and that is just going to be a grind. And we had that grind down here in the defensive line in Molise, and that just wasn't pleasant. So I want to avoid that scenario, and I think one of our best chances is to try to smack them hard and then drive with our tanks a very long way. But for now, there's snowfall, there's snow on the ground, there's light mud, it's just not pleasant either. So I don't think that's what we're going to do immediately. Also, I'm slightly concerned about all of these units. If we do keep them around, we do need to break up probably a couple of our units just to guard these flanks, and I'm a little bit reluctant to do that. So I think what we're going to try this time then is push through here and get to Piombino. If we do get to the port of Piombino, everyone south of this is going to be captured in this little encirclement. So it's not much. It's honestly only a single reserve infantry division, the Lear Motorized Brigade, and part of a mountain division. It's not the best, but I do think it does give us some respite. It also will help us build out more supply depots over here. And once these guys have been cleared out, I think all of our supply will be able to trace all the way over here. As you can see, these rail lines over here are currently blocked because they are adjacent to the enemy. So yeah, we can't just move through there. So I think that's going to be the objective this time around. Let's see our air operation. So we're going to continue the naval blockade over here in case we don't kill them. Then we're going to do a ground attack here with just a couple of aircraft. It's not the biggest attack, but it just might help out over there, and that's going to be fine. By the way, what are you targeting? Yeah, you're targeting the port as well. So I would like to strike the port a little bit, see whether we can reduce their supplies, if at all possible. If not, we'll see. And then over here we've got a similar strike. We are going to strike these 3 units here in a direct strike here with the Bomber Command formations. These guys do have a little bit more, right? Yeah, 460 aircraft roundabout that are going to strike at these guys. And then we've got the Tactical Air Command, so these guys are going to run interdiction missions. And they're going to try to run that in this area here around Florence. And I do think you're actually still targeting the railways. Yeah, you don't need to do that. Just go ahead and target the interdiction hexes, please. So I want to prevent them setting up while we're dealing with these guys down here. We're also going to run a strategic bombing mission here at the Plötzky airfields as typical, even though the weather there is pretty horrific, so I don't think we're going to be too successful in that. But yeah, let's see how this is going to turn out and whether we can do anything. In other news, I did bring up another core unit from Europe and via Africa, and it's now in Italy. So these guys should be starting to... We can basically redistribute some of our American troops here and get into a slightly better composition there. And that would be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah. Okay, lots of strikes over there. We are losing quite a couple of aircrafts over here. Lots of operational losses, and I'm afraid that that is, yeah, to a very large degree driven by tactical command over here. So lots of units being lost over here, while the interdiction just doesn't look fabulous either. So yeah, that's a bit of an issue. How about the 15th Air Force? Lost a couple of bombers here. But yeah, we did do a lot of damage here against at least some of these oil fields, so I'm going to be happy about that. Can't complain really. And yeah, so you guys are doing that, and then the Bomber Command, you're doing whatever you need to do down here. So that's okay too. Alright, so let's see what we can do then in terms of our ground movements. So I think the first order of business is trying to generate a breakthrough over here. We might want to generate one down here as well if we can. But for now, the most important stuff is going to happen up here. So I think the strongest unit up here is actually the 56 British Infantry Division. You guys are not motorized or anything, no. Yeah, but you're going to have a hard time moving up here. Nevertheless, I do think that's probably the best that we can do. So let's get over here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a hasty attack on this unit or that one. Ooh, this looks tempting. Okay, let's try to dislodge these guys over here. Ooh, no, they are holding out. And they're just barely holding out, so that's slightly unfortunate there. But we can't help it, really. Okay, we actually have very little in terms of reserves over here that we could employ there. We basically only have these guys down here, which we can use to sort of bunny hop our way forward. Okay, yeah, you guys could advance. You guys could advance too. We've got a tank unit over here. So yeah, we might actually need our tanks to strike at these guys. And that does, I think, drives home a little bit the point that we can't really focus too much on an attack to the north here, because just our infantry needs to catch up a little bit, and I think we'll be doing great to not overdo that down here. Right, so yeah, how are we going to do that exactly then? Well, if we don't have that many units around that we could free up to go that in that direction, I think basically the only thing that we can do is try to use the units that we've got, right? And that does mean a lot of fast units here. Okay, what have you guys got then? Okay, let's get rid of this here. Thank you. So what have you got? You got 6 Dukes, a Panzerjäger, and 11 anti-tank guns. And 3 mortars. Let's try to do that via the motorized division over here. I think you could be enough. Yeah, you are enough, so you're driving them back. That's nice. 2.4 to 1, so we didn't... so that was kind of close, but it's okay. Right, and then we can move you up. Is there any airbase or anything over here? No, there's not. So we can get rid of this. And we can actually drive you a long way down there, which is nice to see. Right, okay, so let's try the Polish division. Can you actually do a hasty attack? Yeah, you could. Okay, let's try to attack over here. Yeah, that's working. Nice. That's very good, actually. So that does probably mean that these tanks here can advance a little bit further. Now, we still don't have the combat width of 3 over here that we really need. How about you guys? Can you move up far? No, not at all, actually. Well, if I got rid of you down here... Let's see. Ooh, you're holding out, actually. That's interesting. Let's try that again. No, damn it, 1.9 to 1. That's so close. Okay, let's not attack again, because we need to have some stability over here as well. Right, motorized division, you could move up all the way over here. We could try to dislodge these guys, but this would still be around. So, yeah, I think you're just going to come down here, do another attack over here, force them to retreat. Can't move up any further, that's okay. You guys could move all the way down here, but again, it's a little bit harsh to see that we can't really get that far. Oh, we've probably lost the airfield over here. Yeah, it's just a nominal loss anyway. I don't think anyone was there already, so that's fine, I suppose. Right, so... yeah, but you guys, I mean, you could get over here. You could cut them off there, but I do want to make the encirclement somewhere over here. Now, tanks in woods are not necessarily the best... that's not necessarily the best playground for them, but... yeah, there's very little that we can bring over here at all, actually. We do have a couple of motorized divisions down here, so maybe the first thing that we're going to do is actually going to try to make this attack over here with these infantry divisions. Yeah, that is working out fine, so that's actually very nice. Yeah, 7,000 Germans surrendering. That's lovely to see. Good, I like it. And then you guys over here, well, I don't necessarily want you to attack across the river. But I suppose that's fine. Let's do a deliberate attack here with you guys. Okay, you're pushing them out. That could have been probably a small attack, but I suppose that's fine. And then you guys could attack, but that would be a little bit too little. And how about if I get all of you guys in here? Yeah, that should be more than enough. Yeah, do we do a deliberate attack then? Can we get you into here? Well, you could get there, but that's alright too. How about this attack? I don't want to move you out too far away. And you guys could potentially come up here as well and try to guard this front while these guys are moving a little bit to the left then. Right, so what we're going to do then is going to take you guys, going to do a deliberate attack over here. They're going to surrender. That's another 10,000 Germans. Lovely to see. Good, and that does basically free up everyone down here. Good, good, I like it. You guys can move over here. You're going to move into that direction. Ultimately, that's alright. You guys You're a little bit weaker. Well, I suppose that we're going to move you over here, though. That's fine, and that does free up these tanks to move up basically anywhere over here. So, that's nice. I would really like to create some sort of encirclement there, because we don't really have any other resources for that. Okay, you guys, could you move all the way over there? Yeah, you can. You could also move over here, that's nice. Okay, and we've got a motorized division still. You guys, yeah, you could come up here. Question is, do we want to punch through here and come here? That would just encircle basically a single division worth of units. That's not the worst, but I would certainly hope for something bigger. But it seems very difficult that we would be able to break through over there. Right, how likely is it that we're going to achieve an attack, a breakthrough here then? Right, okay, you guys could come up there. Yeah, and you guys could just move up somewhere over here, and that frees you up to do some things. But these guys here are a little bit annoying. They're level 2 fortifications, and I don't think they'll be easy to kick out of there. Question, if we push back these guys, I think they're going to land over here, right? How strong are you? 3.2 the game tells me. And we would have sort of 5.6. You can't move anywhere. How about you? Could you move up further? No. Right, so if we did an attack over here, it likely would not be enough. But maybe if we got another unit? Okay, you could only help out from this side, but then we need to do a deliberate attack, which we can't right now. Okay, you guys could move over here, right? So let's switch over there, I think. That's 14 movement points. You can't, and the tank, you could. Okay, let's try that. I think I want my tanks in this direction anyway. So yeah, let's move you over there. The headquarter unit, you are gonna go back for a second here. You guys are gonna step forward. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a deliberate attack here with the... well, maybe not a deliberate attack, just maybe you and you just do a hasty attack. 7.3. Okay, let's try. Let's try anyway. Oh, very nice. We are getting them to retreat and into exactly the right direction as well. So that's very, very lovely indeed. Right, how about now? Can you move up any further now? Yeah, you can. Good. Good, actually. That's very lovely. Okay, let's move you into this direction. That, I think, is going to be fine. Can't attack now, but that's okay. And now you guys could move all the way over here, actually. You could get to Piombino itself. That would put you in a non-isolated position, because we would have the harbour. So I think I'm going to be fine with that approach. How about you guys? You can sort of generically try to reinforce these guys over here. And then we can try to push through here. Yeah. It's a little bit risky, but I think I like the idea. We've got another tank unit over here, right? Okay, let's take you into town over here. It's a long way around, but we are capturing their depot. These guys are all now isolated. Of course, we do need to prevent them from breaking out. So, what we need to do then is push up with some of these tanks in a manner that would basically encircle them over here. We could also try to push through here and maybe just make it a little bit more weird for them over there. Right, you could get over here, 4-4. Right, I suppose let's move you over there and let's try to do an attack. I think, yeah, they're going to be shifted to that direction, which is perfectly lovely. Good, 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 good. And then someone over here, maybe this tank, you can get over there. That's perfect. That's really nice. Good. Let's get you over here. I like it. Anyone else who's a fast mover? Well, the Italians over here, they are a little bit meaningless, but we could try to push them into forward direction over there. Any other tank though? Well, only you here. Move you over there, doesn't matter that much. You guys can't move up. You guys basically exhausted all your moves. Yeah, it would be really nice to move someone over here. Just anyone. We could motorize some units, of course, but I don't want to overdo that. Basically, that will eat into our supply. So, okay, maybe we just need to try to shift our forces over here and see what we can do. Right, so you guys are fine where you are. You guys could move up a little bit. Don't necessarily see the point of staying in this hex. I think we're fine over here. So you guys can in fact move all the way over here. Right, and the Americans can move there. So that's alright. Okay, yeah, let's take you. You're a pretty strong unit. You're going to be fine over there. Take the Americans. You're going to be shifted... Yeah, let's say over here, why not? You're a little bit stronger still. You can move up to Siena. I think it would be a nice place to hold. You're fine. You can also move up, let's say over here. So we've got a sort of decent line in that direction. Yeah, I think I like it. I like it a lot. Good. Yeah, the tank is a little bit awkward here, but it's okay. You guys, you also can't make it quite over here. You could sort of try to protect the line over there. You could also come here and make it at least a little bit more difficult for these guys to move. Yeah, but we really need someone over there. Or over here, of course. If we attacked into this direction, right, so we've got someone over here, you guys. Obviously you can't make it over here, right, so 6 movement points. Well, if you were motorized, you might be able to get over here. On the other hand, if we attack these guys, they're probably going to withdraw to that direction, right? Yeah, but I don't think we're gonna have anyone who's capable of breaking through over here. Okay, you know what? You guys, you become motorized. You're pretty recent addition to our forces, I think. So anything that we want to add over here? Well, probably some engineers are fine. We do need a little bit more here in the 5th Infantry Division. Right, and you can just not make it over there still. Anything that we could do to help you out, except, well, we could try to push you there, but that's just not very viable. Right, so this is not a bad location. I think they would still have some difficulties breaking out, but it's not ideal. It's certainly not ideal. Right, so the other question really does become, can we kick these guys out down here? Well, okay, let's try. 3.0. That's pretty strong. Okay, let's do a deliberate attack over here. They are routed. That's not ideal, but it's only a couple of troops, so it's not that bad. Can I get you over here now? Yes, I can. Nice. Okay. Okay, very, very lovely indeed. And you guys can actually get into the action as well over here. Well, isn't that lovely? Right, is there anywhere else I need you to move? Up over here somewhere? Well, it might be advisable to keep some troops here in the north to get a strike direction there. Who do you belong? You're a little bit weirdly positioned now, aren't you? Oh, you're directly part of an army. You're directly part of the 5th Army? Whew, that's awkward. Okay, I think I've got this. This is the 7th Army. And we've got this new headquarter unit here. Let's get you off the ships and let's move you up towards there. That's fine. You're part of the 7th Army, but that's okay. And then I can assign you to the... What's the corps here? That's the 8th US Corps. Okay, so you're going to be assigned to that. There we go. You got a new color. That's fine. Just slightly split between these two areas here. That's okay too. Yeah, you're going to have some supply issues there, but I think it's going to be fine if we move you over here then, and we're going to have slightly better positioning there. Right, so I'm fairly confident that we can get over here, so I don't need to build up the rail line sort of fancily. Do we want to move you back? I don't think it does anything for us to move back. Okay, let's move these guys in, so you should be able to bob these guys pretty neatly next turn. Right, you guys are fine over here. We've got another unit over here. We could advance there. Does it make our life easier though? I kind of don't think it does. But you're also kind of the weakest unit. Okay, so let's get you there. That's fine. You guys fine over here. You guys fine over there. The Moroccans... Why are you actually a part of this US 2nd Corps? Why are you not part of this corps? Well, for now that's fine because you do have the resupply over here, sort of. But yeah, okay. Let's move you here then, and then what we're going to do with these guys over here is shift them a little bit to the left. That's fine. You guys command all the other guys here. Let's assign you there. That's fine. So you're now in a very decent position. And what we should actually do is try to... Oh, there's the depot over here. And let's set up the priority here pretty highly. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to try to do some priority repairs here on the port, so that these guys do receive some supplies very early on. And I think once we've cleared out this hex, we will be able to build up the rail line from Rome. And I think there's a lot of supply in Rome. I thought there was a lot of supply in Rome. Yeah, 100,000 supplies, so that's fine. That should very neatly push up the supplies in that direction. So that's good. Can we get another supply depot somewhere over here in Siena maybe? Siena does have a level 1 rail yard, so it's not that great. Brulino, also level 1. Yeah, that's not... But I mean, on the other hand, Brulino would be able to send out supplies pretty niftily quickly, so... Maybe start repairing the line there? I'm not sure. You guys fine. Let's move you up a little bit. That's okay too. You guys 6 Corps. Let's move you into there. So that you're all kind of close to the people that you're commanding. So that's all nice. You basically only command these 2. Let's move you there. That's okay too. And then the 5th Army down here. You can also move up a little bit. Right, that's okay. Right. Italians, where do I want you to be moving? Let's move you into a position where you can advance easily next time. Okay, let's move you there, and I think that will neatly position you to go to the north, and that's perfectly lovely. Good. Couple of troops down here. You guys all fine where you are, I think. So basically the big question is, can we strike at the port over here? And we do have 2 units that could potentially strike there. But they are very, very strong. And I think we did lose quite a couple of troops last time when we did try that. Yeah, I don't think you need the anti-tank regiment actually, because we're not really facing tanks over here. Can I assign anything else to you? Engineers and armor. Armor's not really useful in a city if we're doing a city assault over here. Yeah, no engineers here. Unfortunate. And you guys, yeah, well, you guys are brewing with engineers. Yeah, well, isn't that lovely? This is actually fairly strong now. That's actually kind of nice. Okay, we don't have engineers to do that now. Well, of course we do have the tanks over here, but I don't want to tank with the tanks across the river into a city with level 3 fortifications. That just seems a waste. We could attack them down here, and since that hex is counting as isolated, we'd be at least able to push up another infantry unit that we could ultimately use to attack this city. But I'm really concerned if these guys do get into the city. You know what, let's try the attack over here. No, they are holding out. They're at 197. We're not even reducing their fortifications, losing 100 men here. 1,000 men to their 100. And we didn't even do a dent in their fortifications. That's bad. Okay, I think we do need to come to a different approach over here. Let's try to attack down here. You guys should be relatively easy to... Okay, one of them has surrendered. That's nice. Two of them have retreated. That's okay. That does mean I can move up my Canadians, and then we can attack here potentially next turn. And just let's check how much have we got here. Okay, yeah, they're increasing their defensive strength, of course. But by the way, how does your port look? Can't see that this way. Let's go to industry. Your port is basically sort of broken down. You've still got 28,000 supplies. Okay, this might be tough to break. We don't have siege artillery or anything, so there's no point in moving that up. We can start building up the rail line over here. It's not going to get us very far, specifically since we don't have a depot. Well, we could build a depot in Makara, I think. Yeah, there's a rail yard at least over here. I would prefer the coastal city, but yeah, for now that just doesn't seem viable. And over here, I mean, this doesn't need to be a full infantry division, but it's going to be difficult to break... Well, we could break down units and start using them a little bit more to fill the line. We've also got units like you over here. So this is actually a fairly weak position now with only the paratroopers. So at the very least I should move the headquarter unit here a little bit to a stronger position. At least somewhere where you're not going to be overrun that easily. Let's move you there, that's fine. You guys are okay over here. I could potentially move you there, right? Yeah, that's nice. And you, the paratroopers? Yeah, you know what? Let's move the paratroopers around over here so that you guys are covered in that direction. And then this infantry division is simply going to move up over here. That's basically a very nice setup over here. Slightly concerned about this unit, but honestly I don't think they can go anywhere. They are too screwed in. And it's a nice attack down here. It's a full division, it's part of a mountain division and a lair brigade. I'm happy about that. And up over here, well, one of them has surrendered, the other ones are going to be a little bit more difficult to keep in that hex, but yeah, it is what we can do for now. Okay, this is slightly concerning, but I don't think you're going to be able to come all the way over here. Or will you? Okay, let's actually get you onto the mountain, and that I think should nicely block their way. And I very much doubt that they're going to try to attack that. So, yeah, I think that's actually very nice. That's a very nice approach over here. Kind of weird to see the routing of the AI doing that, but still, that's going to be okay. Have we actually got freight over here? No, there's nothing. We didn't actually capture anything from the Germans. That's a shame. I think the Germans are going to recapture some of this territory here, but that's fine. If we can push up this way, that would be fantastic. Yeah, but the line over here is becoming stretched a little bit, so potentially we will need to break down a couple of units, but yeah, that's going to be alright. Okay, you guys are sent over there, but yeah, still very nice encirclement down here. Okay, do I need to actually do anything else? I think I've sent all of our units in the right direction. All of the headquarter units are fine. All of the other things are fine. So you guys are doing okay over here. We don't have anything that we need to move out. Well, the paratroopers here maybe. Okay, let's move you out of the way just in case anything arrives in Liverpool. That's fine. Yeah, there's still very bad weather over here. So I suppose what we're going to do is we're just going to end our turn here and see what the Germans are going to do, because I'm really intrigued to see whether they're going to try to break out over here. And yeah, that's going to be an interesting decision here. Right, let's see about that. So, come on. Interesting that they still got Perugia. Okay, they're in their airface. 70% or so. We're losing a couple of airplanes here. I don't know where actually, but yeah. And back to their ground phase. Interesting setup over here. Interesting setup over here too. I really wonder what they're going to do. They're probably... Ooh. Interesting that they're attacking to the south over here. This is definitely not an area where they can break out of. But this would be kind of bad if they got us over here, because we've got the railway unit guy in there. But yeah. Expected attacks over here. Not so much expected the direction of their attack. But that's fine. Up over here we're seeing more and more of their troops arriving in this vicinity. And they're doing a funny setup over here. Really intriguing. Yeah, okay, they are starting to build up some defensive lines there. We do need to break these. But it looks fine. We're going to kill these guys. We're going to set up the rail line over there. We're going to potentially get a rail line to Siena as well. And that should enable us to push supply forward. It's not a big issue yet. We have a lot of guys ready for that, but still it's going to be nice to push that in this direction. And then what have they got? Panzer Grenadier, the 15th, infantry, Panzer Grenadier, infantry, mountain division. They are not that strong over here, and we might actually try to swing around. And if we got Livano and sort of Luca Pisa, we might actually be able to encircle a couple more guys over there. That's going to be fantastic. Ooh, my god. Wow. We have Tigers and Panthers in the room. The 12th SS Panzer Grenadier Divisions. You are a new addition. You are extremely dangerous. We are in acute danger of being cut off over here, so that's not great at all. And even the Panzer Grenadiers that these guys have heavy Tigers. So that's a big addition to the front line down here. Also more infantry divisions that they're pulling down there, so very, very intriguing. I had only seen these guys sort of running around in France so far, and pretty much only in between episodes, but yeah, they definitely do have some units that are going to be extremely dangerous towards us. The good thing is they're in short supply, but man oh man, that's going to be a tough fight over there, and extremely intriguing to see that they're advancing here in strength from this direction as well with the Fallschirmjägers. Very intriguing. Also, I realized there's snow everywhere. No, it's just cold. It's not snowing. It's only a ground effect here. So if you look at the air weather, this turn, it's only cold. So this is actually considered good flying weather. There's a bit of snow on the ground, which is going to be nice for us in these defensive positions, but we can fly, and that should enable us to attack these guys here quite aggressively and see whether we can push them back. They do have not that much flak actually, only 9 light flak and 12 heavy flak pieces, so just maybe we're going to be able to hold off against these guys. You guys do have some armored support, and we are going to give you some anti-tank units. Most definitely. But that is going to have to wait until next time. For now, thank you very much for watching. Jesus, I hope we're going to win over here. And yeah, hope you liked. Do leave a like then. And yeah, gonna see you around next time. Bye bye.